If your life isn't changing, it's not because you're doing nothing. It's because you're doing a little, then stopping. This is the snowball effect of personal growth. And it's not a trend. It's not a hack. It's what actually works if you're done wasting time. Because the truth is, most people don't stay stuck from lack of potential. They stay stuck because they don't understand momentum. They get motivated, make a move, then stop. They feel good for a few days, then fall off. And every time that happens, it's harder to start again. This video is your reset button. You'll learn how to start small but stay consistent, how to build habits that grow stronger with time, how to protect your progress when life gets messy, and how to finally feel proud of the person you're becoming. If you've ever said, "I'll start tomorrow," and meant it, this is for you. Because after this, you won't just start, you'll keep going. And that's where everything changes. Stay locked in. Let's rebuild momentum, one honest step at a time. Chapter 1. Start small actions that build lasting change. You know, sometimes a person wakes up in the morning and wonders why life feels stuck. They want better results. They want to feel stronger inside. They want to look back at each day and feel proud. But they keep waiting for the right moment. They hope for a sudden breakthrough. They expect a huge change to happen all at once. And every time they look at where they are now and where they want to be, they feel the gap is too big. So they do nothing. They stay the same. And weeks go by, then months, then years. And they wonder why life never turns into what they wished for. Here is the truth. Big change does not start with big moves. Big change starts with small actions, simple actions, clear actions, actions so small that most people ignore them. And that is why most people never see the progress they could have had. They wait for the perfect chance. They wait for stronger motivation. They wait for someone to push them. But change waits for nobody. Life moves forward either way. The question is whether you move with it. Picture a person who wants to be healthier. They look at others who already look fit, and they feel overwhelmed. They think they must spend hours at the gym every day. They think they must change everything about how they live, and since that feels too hard, they do nothing. But what if they accepted that the journey begins with one short walk, one better food choice, one night of proper rest? That single choice would start something real. It would give them proof that change is possible. It would help them feel control again. It would show them that the gap is not as impossible as it looks. Every life improves one decision at a time, and every decision counts. What you do today becomes part of who you are tomorrow. If you do something helpful every day, you start to shift into a new person. Not all at once. Slowly, steadily, noticeably. That is how confidence grows. Not by shouting that you believe in yourself, but by seeing yourself follow through even when nobody is watching. Many people want progress without discomfort. They want success without effort. They want growth without consistency. But real growth is honest. Real growth demands action. So you take a small step, then another, and it becomes easier. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. The person you used to be no longer controls your choices. You start building a new identity. A person who acts, a person who tries, a person who keeps going. Think about someone who feels lost in their career. They think a new job or a sudden opportunity will save them. They wait for luck. They wait for a miracle. But opportunity shows up when preparation is already in motion. When someone learns a new skill for 30 minutes every evening, that effort creates a new door. When they reach out to someone for advice, that single conversation can shift their direction. When they take initiative at work, they become more valuable. As these small actions add up, their life starts to move. Not by accident, by choice. People underestimate the power of one better habit, one small promise kept, one small effort made. They think it is nothing, but nothing done every day becomes everything. It becomes stronger discipline. It becomes better thinking. It becomes a future worth living. Here is something important. Small actions must be clear. A person can say they want to read more, but that is not clear. A small, clear action would be reading 5 pages tonight. A person can say they want more confidence, but confidence is not something you get first. You build it by lowering the barrier to take action. You speak up 1 extra time today. You stand tall when entering a room. You complete the task you promised. That is confidence being created. You do not wait for it, you produce it. Small actions also remove fear. When you take a small step, it feels possible. You do not shock your system. You do not trigger panic. Your brain learns that change does not mean danger. It learns that life gets better when you move. So tomorrow you take a slightly bigger step. And soon, the things that once scared you become normal. They are part of your everyday life, and you wonder why you ever worried. A strong life grows from purpose, and purpose grows from progress. When a person takes a step forward, they feel alive, they feel hopeful, they feel in control of their destiny. They look at themselves differently, they speak to themselves differently, and they begin expecting more. Expecting more means doing more, and doing more means becoming more. It does not matter how old someone is. It does not matter where they come from. It does not matter how many mistakes they made. Life does not count mistakes. Life counts actions. Life counts direction. If someone begins today, they are already ahead of where they were yesterday. And that matters. That means something. The key is to make each action meaningful. Do the things that support your values. Do the things that make you proud. Do the things that lead toward a life you actually want. Every day counts. Even the days when progress feels invisible. Those days build patience. They build trust with yourself. They build the habit of showing up. Discipline is not a punishment. Discipline is self-respect. When someone takes a small action every day, they are telling themselves, I deserve progress. I deserve a stronger future. I deserve a life that feels good. That message is powerful. That message changes everything. You might look around and see others moving faster. You might think their progress is easier, but you do not know their background. You do not know their battles. You only see their current moment. So do not compare. Walk your path. Focus on what you can control. And control begins with one small action today. Maybe today your action is reading a few more pages. Maybe it is applying for one opportunity. Maybe it is cleaning your room to feel calm again. Maybe it is drinking more water. Maybe it is taking a break from negative people. Whatever supports your growth is right. Whatever gives you strength is right. Whatever brings you closer to your best future is right. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. When you take action without motivation, you prove that your goals are real. And after action, motivation arrives. Motivation follows discipline, not the other way around. Right now, think of one area of your life you want to improve. Do not think about the entire future. Think about the smallest action you can take today. Something simple enough that you could do it even on your worst day. That one action could change the direction of your life. You might think it is small, but a small beginning is still a beginning. And beginnings are the most important part of any story. When you show up for yourself every day, you become someone you trust. When you become someone you trust, you take bigger actions. And when you take bigger actions, you build a stronger life. That is how progress works. That is how success is born. And it all starts with one choice, one simple choice, one step taken today. Start small actions that build lasting change. Do them with intention. Do them with pride. Do them because you deserve a life that feels full and strong. Nothing changes until you do. But once you start, you will never want to stop. Chapter 2. Grow consistency by showing up every single day. Consistency is the difference between wishing for a better life and actually building one. Every person wants progress. Every person wants to feel proud when they look in the mirror. But very few stay committed long enough to see their effort become results. It is easy to show up once. It is exciting to start something new. But the real growth happens when the excitement fades and you choose to continue anyway. Showing up every single day is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about saying, I am here and I am working on myself, even if today feels tough. There will be mornings when you feel energized and ready. Those days are simple. The challenge comes on the mornings when you feel tired, when your mind tries to convince you that missing one day will not matter, when you think nobody cares whether you continue or not. In those moments, consistency becomes a decision. It becomes a promise you keep because you are tired of letting yourself down. You show up because you want to build a future where you trust your own actions. Some people wait for motivation to magically appear. They think they need a strong feeling inside before they work on their goals. They forget that motivation grows from progress. The more you show up, the more reasons you give yourself to continue. The first few days may not feel rewarding. You may not see changes right away. But every day you show up, you are placing one more brick in the foundation of your life. And soon, that foundation becomes strong enough to support the person you want to become. Consistency shapes identity. When you do something every day, it becomes natural. It becomes part of who you are. At first, you might have to push yourself to read a few pages, or practice a skill, or take care of your body. But over time, you no longer ask whether you should do it. You simply do it because that is what the future version of you would do. Every day you show up, you step closer to that future. People often fear failure. They think missing one day means the journey has ended. But consistency does not demand perfection. It demands return. If you miss a day, you come back the next day. If you fall behind, you pick yourself up. What truly destroys growth is not one bad day. It is the decision to give up because of a bad day. You build strength by starting again and again. Every restart proves you are serious about your future. Consistency also builds emotional power. When you do something day after day, you learn how to handle discomfort. You learn how to stay steady when your thoughts become noisy. You learn how to manage your reactions instead of letting every emotion knock you down. You feel more in control because you are guiding your actions instead of being controlled by how you feel in the moment. Think about someone working toward better mental health. They might practice journaling each night, or speak kindly to themselves each morning, or take short breaks throughout the day to breathe and reset. These actions might seem small, but showing up for them every day gradually reshapes the mind. Each repeated effort trains the brain to support peace instead of stress. They become someone who knows how to take care of themselves, someone who chooses better thoughts, someone stronger than yesterday. Showing up daily builds skill. Whether someone is learning an instrument or studying a subject or developing a business idea, they improve each day they practice. Even if the improvement is tiny, tiny improvements collect into something powerful. Skills sharpen, understanding deepens, confidence rises, and at a certain point others start to notice. They say you are talented. They say you are lucky. They do not see the early mornings or late nights when progress was invisible. They only see what consistency created. There is something special that happens inside a person who keeps their word. When you say you will do something and then you actually do it, you begin to trust yourself in a new way. Trust creates confidence. Confidence creates courage. Courage creates growth. That chain reaction depends on one thing: you showing up. Sometimes life will challenge you. There will be days when you feel frustrated or discouraged, days when nothing seems to go right. On those days, think about your reasons. Think about who you want to be 1 year from now. Think about the pride you will feel knowing you stayed committed. Let that vision pull you forward. You are shaping your future each time you choose to continue. Consistency helps you discover your true potential. You learn what you are capable of when you stop quitting. You learn how strong your mind is when you stop running from discomfort. You learn how deeply you can grow when you stop waiting for the perfect moment. Every day becomes a chance to prove to yourself that you can rise above excuses. Some days your progress will feel big, other days your progress will feel almost invisible. Both days count. Both days matter. Both days build the person you are meant to be. Consistency means you show up with the same intention, whether you feel amazing or whether you feel off track. You bring effort to the day, because effort always leads to improvement, even if it happens quietly. Discipline becomes easier when you attach it to a purpose that matters to you. If you want to be a better student, remind yourself why learning excites you. If you want to take care of your health, remind yourself how good it feels to have energy. If you want to build a skill, remind yourself what doors it can open. Purpose gives you a reason to show up. Purpose makes the effort feel worthwhile. Time will pass no matter what you do. 1 year from now you will look back, and you will either feel proud of the days you showed up, or you will wish you had started sooner. There is nothing worse than seeing where you could be and realizing you talked yourself out of trying. Do not let days slip away unused. Do not let comfort steal your future. Consistency is not loud. It is quiet. It happens while others are distracted. It happens when nobody praises you. It happens when you take responsibility for your growth. Success does not arrive suddenly. It shows up slowly, and then all at once. And the moment you see real progress, you will know exactly why the daily effort was necessary. Every person has potential, but potential means nothing without consistency. Dreams mean nothing without consistent action. Plans mean nothing without consistent follow-through. You are the one who creates the results. You are the one who chooses the effort. You are the one who builds the future. Show up today, then show up again tomorrow, and again after that. Make consistency your strongest habit. Make it your personal rule. Make it your advantage. Most people quit too soon. You will not be one of them. You are building something meaningful. You are shaping your life. You are becoming someone better every single day. There is no limit to what a person can create when they decide to keep going. Your path becomes clearer each time you show up. Your progress grows faster each time you follow through. And your future becomes brighter each time you take one more step. Grow consistency by showing up every single day. That simple choice has the power to transform your entire life. It turns hope into progress. It turns goals into achievements. It turns ordinary days into a life you are proud to call your own. Chapter 3. Strengthen discipline through simple, clear daily choices. Discipline is one of the greatest forms of self-love. It means you care enough about your goals and your future to make choices that guide you in the right direction. Many people think discipline is harsh or stressful. They think it is about forcing yourself to do things you hate. But real discipline is something different. Real discipline is choosing what helps you grow instead of what holds you back. It is choosing actions that support your long-term happiness rather than temporary comfort. And that strength is built through simple and clear decisions you make every single day. Every morning you wake up with a choice. You can either follow your old habits or you can make choices that bring progress. A person who decides to drink water first instead of scrolling through their phone is already improving their day. A person who chooses to complete a small task before relaxing is already directing their life forward. These small choices do not look like success on the outside, but they transform who you are on the inside. That is where real personal growth happens. Inside you. In the way you think, in the way you respond to life. Some people wait for willpower to appear, but willpower grows when you practice discipline. When you choose the right thing, once it becomes easier to choose it again, and the more you choose those actions, the more automatic they become. You no longer rely on luck or mood to do what matters. You rely on your standards. You rely on your decisions. You rely on the person you are becoming. Discipline does not require huge changes. It requires clarity. You must be clear about what you want. You must be clear about what helps you and what hurts you. If you want more energy, you must be clear about your sleep and your food choices. If you want better relationships, you must be clear about how you communicate and how you treat others. If you want success at school or work, you must be clear about the habits that support learning and progress. With clarity comes direction. With direction comes stronger discipline. Think about a student who wants to improve their grades. They do not have to study all night every night. They only need to choose a small study session each day, even 15 minutes. When they make that choice daily, their mind sharpens, their understanding deepens, their confidence rises. Those 15 minutes are not just study time. They are proof that this student honors their goals, and that proof builds discipline. People often believe discipline requires a complete life makeover. They think they must change everything at once. But when a person tries to change too much, they quickly feel overwhelmed and give up. Discipline grows when you focus on one simple action at a time. You choose one habit that makes you stronger. You repeat that habit until it becomes normal. Then you add another and another. Step by step, your life becomes more organized, more peaceful, and more fulfilling. Discipline means saying yes to what matters most. It also means saying no to distractions that steal your time and energy. Every time you say no to something unhelpful, you give yourself more power. You take control of your path. You protect the space where better choices can grow. That kind of control feels good. It feels like freedom, because you are no longer controlled by old impulses. You are leading yourself. The strength of discipline becomes most visible during difficult moments. When your emotions are loud and your mind is tired, that is when discipline shows its power. When your day did not go well, you can still make one clear choice that supports your growth. Maybe it is cleaning your room. Maybe it is exercising for 10 minutes. Maybe it is preparing for tomorrow, or speaking kindly to yourself. That one choice keeps you moving. It prevents you from sinking into excuses and regret. Discipline is not about punishment. Discipline is guidance. It is choosing the path that aligns with your values. It keeps you from drifting into a life you never wanted. Without discipline, days pass without meaning. A week goes by and nothing changes. A year passes and you wonder where all the time went. But when discipline is part of your daily life, every day becomes useful. Every day contributes to the future you want. Every disciplined moment creates a new version of you. A version with stronger self-control. A version with better habits. A version with more pride. When you look back after months of daily decisions, you notice your life feels smoother. You feel capable. You feel powerful. You see results you earned with your own hand. And nothing feels better than that. Many people think discipline takes happiness away, but discipline actually creates more happiness. When you make better daily choices, you reduce stress, you improve your health, you achieve goals that looked impossible before. You wake up with excitement because you know you are moving in the right direction. You rest with satisfaction because you know you gave your best effort. That is the happiness of a disciplined life. Discipline helps you stay true to yourself. It reminds you that your dreams deserve action. When someone says they want to write a book or start a business or learn a skill,
Discipline turns the idea into motion. A few words written daily, small research done each night, a short lesson repeated often. These choices build momentum, and momentum builds success. Without discipline, those dreams stay in the mind and never reach the world. Every person can strengthen discipline with practice. You do not need to be born with it. You build it like a muscle, and muscles grow when you challenge them. When you choose something slightly difficult, you grow. When you keep your promise, you grow. When you turn the phone off to focus, you grow. With each choice, the muscle becomes stronger. Soon what once felt impossible becomes easy. It becomes just who you are. A disciplined life is not a perfect life. You will slip sometimes. You will forget sometimes. You will make a bad choice sometimes. But the moment you notice it, you return to the right path. You do not judge yourself. You correct yourself. You learn. You continue. That ability to return is the real sign of strong discipline. Your time is precious. Your energy is limited. Discipline helps you use them wisely. It directs your attention toward what truly matters. It protects your goals. It increases your self-respect. It shapes your future into something you can be proud of. So choose clarity. Choose habits that help. Choose effort over excuses. Choose growth over comfort. Strengthen discipline through simple, clear daily choices, because every decision today becomes a part of your life tomorrow, and you deserve a future built from strong choices, not regret.
Chapter 4. Upgrade mindset by replacing doubt with belief. Every person carries a voice in their mind. One voice pushes them forward and reminds them what they are capable of. The other voice pulls them back and fills them with fear. The future you build depends on which voice you listen to. Doubt is loud and quick to speak. It tries to convince you that you are not ready, that you are not smart enough, that someone else is better. Doubt shouts your weaknesses and hides your strengths. But belief does the opposite. Belief reminds you of your potential. Belief encourages you to try. Belief helps you move forward, even when you do not have all the answers yet. Upgrading your mindset is choosing to replace doubt with belief every time a moment of decision arrives. Most people underestimate the power of their thoughts. They think thoughts come and go without much impact, but thoughts shape action. If someone believes they will fail, they will not give full effort. If someone believes they are unworthy, they will avoid opportunities that could improve their life. If someone believes this is not meant for them, they will never step out of their comfort zone. Doubt becomes a prison that locks potential away. But belief breaks the lock. When you believe you can grow, you give yourself permission to try, and that is the beginning of every success story. There is a moment in life when a person realizes they are responsible for their mindset. They no longer accept the negative story that fear tries to write for them. They begin paying attention to their inner dialogue. They notice how often they tell themselves they cannot. They notice how quickly they expect the worst. That awareness is a turning point, because once you notice doubt, you can challenge it. You can replace it with a new message. A message that supports your goals instead of destroying them. Upgrading your mindset does not mean pretending everything is perfect. It means recognizing that you have strength even in imperfect situations. Belief is not blind hope. Belief is personal trust. Trust in your ability to learn. Trust in your ability to adapt. Trust that you can figure things out along the way. Everyone feels uncertain at times. Everyone experiences fear when they try something new. But people who grow choose belief anyway. They move forward because they know progress depends on action, not comfort. One of the most powerful mindset shifts is changing the way you speak to yourself. When you say, "I will never get better," your brain stops trying. When you say, "I do not understand this yet," your brain stays open to growth. One word can change everything. Yet means you believe improvement is possible. Yet means you are giving yourself time to learn. Yet gives space for growth.
That small change from doubt to belief can turn frustration into determination. Many people limit themselves because they focus only on what they can see right now. They judge their future by their present. They forget that growth transforms the present. They forget that skills can improve and confidence can rise. They forget that effort can create results that once felt unreachable. Your current self is not your final self. Belief keeps you moving until you discover what you are truly capable of. Belief also shapes the people you surround yourself with. When you believe in your potential, you do not tolerate voices that constantly bring you down. You choose friends who encourage you and push you to do better. You choose environments where growth is celebrated instead of mocked. You protect your mindset because you understand it controls your direction. Negative influences are like weeds in the mind. If you allow them to spread, they will take over. So you remove them and replace them with influences that nourish your best qualities. There will always be challenges. Life will test how strongly you believe in yourself. But challenges are not there to break you. They are there to train you. When something feels hard, you can think this is too much, or you can think this is how I grow. The situation does not change. Your mindset does. That shift transforms fear into strength. You become someone who sees possibility where others see problems. Children believe they can do anything. They try. They explore. They dream. Along the way, self-doubt is learned. Sometimes from mistakes. Sometimes from criticism. Sometimes from disappointments. But if doubt can be learned, belief can be learned too. You can teach your mind to expect good things from your effort. You can teach your mind to support your journey instead of attacking it. You can teach your mind that one setback does not define you. Many of the greatest achievements in history came from people who refused to let doubt control them. Upgrading your mindset also requires gratitude. When you focus on what you lack, doubt grows stronger. When you focus on what you have, belief grows stronger. Gratitude reminds you of your progress. It keeps you grounded in the truth that you have already overcome so much. Gratitude trains your mind to recognize strength instead of weakness. When you notice the good, you feel more capable of creating more good, and that feeling fuels further action. Belief unlocks persistence. A person who believes they can succeed will keep going. They may change strategy. They may adjust the plan. But they do not quit. They understand that every attempt teaches them something valuable. Doubt tells you to give up when results are slow. Belief tells you to stay patient because success is building quietly. Most achievements take longer than expected. The ones who win are the ones who continue when doubt tries to stop them. To upgrade your mindset, ask yourself better questions. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? Think, what can this teach me? Instead of thinking, I am not good enough, think, how can I grow stronger from this? Better questions lead to better answers. Better answers lead to better actions. And better actions build a better life. Belief grows when you behave like the person you want to become. If you want to be confident, take confident actions. If you want to be disciplined, make disciplined decisions. If you want to be successful, do the work successful people do. At first it might feel unnatural, but every time you act like that future version of yourself, you strengthen belief that you belong there. Soon you wake up and realize you have become that person. There is greatness inside every human being. But greatness needs belief to wake it up. Most people are not defeated by the world. They are defeated by their own mind. They stop themselves before the world even has a chance to see their talent. Do not be one of those people. Do not silence your own potential. Replace every doubt with a belief that moves you forward. Speak to yourself with respect. Look at your future with confidence instead of fear. Belief does not guarantee an easy life, but it guarantees a meaningful one. When you believe you can grow, you take risks that make life exciting. You set goals that challenge you. You try experiences that teach you who you are. You wake up with purpose and you go to bed with pride. That is the reward of upgrading your mindset. Right now you can choose what kind of voice you want leading your life. The voice of doubt or the voice of belief. One keeps you small. The other helps you rise. Your mind is the first place success is built. Strengthen it. Encourage it. Train it to support you. Because once your mindset grows strong, the rest of your life will follow.
Chapter 5. Build resilience by learning from every struggle. Life will not always go the way you want. There will be days when you feel misunderstood and alone. There will be challenges that make you question your strength. There will be moments when you think you are falling behind while everyone else moves forward. These experiences are a part of every human journey. No one escapes struggle. The difference between those who grow and those who remain stuck lies in how they respond to these difficult moments. Resilience is not something a person is born with. It is something they build by learning from every struggle they face. Struggle has a way of revealing what you truly care about. If something does not matter to you, it will not hurt you. When life feels heavy, it is because the situation is connected to something important to your heart. That means the pain has a lesson inside it. Resilience begins when you choose to search for that lesson instead of letting the struggle break your spirit. You start asking yourself, what can I take from this experience that will make me stronger next time? That question turns every difficulty into a chance to grow. Many people think resilience is about pretending everything is fine. They think staying strong means never showing hurt. That is not true. Real resilience is being honest with your feelings and still choosing to move forward. It is admitting that something is painful while also believing you will heal and rise again. When you allow yourself to feel the full weight of a challenge, you understand it better. You learn what triggers your stress, what drains your energy, and what lifts you up again. Those discoveries help you build a stronger mind and a stronger heart. When someone goes through a tough experience, it is easy to think it should not have happened. They feel frustrated and ask why me. But a resilient person asks what now. They cannot change the past, but they can shape what comes next. They look for solutions instead of problems. They take what life gave them and create a step forward. Every step forward becomes proof that they are not defeated. They are improving. Struggles also teach patience. Growth is not always fast and visible. Sometimes progress shows up silently. A person wakes up one morning and realizes they are calmer in situations that once overwhelmed them. They remain present during conflict instead of shutting down. They stop letting small setbacks ruin their day. That is resilience forming quietly in the background. It develops one difficult experience at a time. People who never struggle stay fragile. They do not learn how powerful they can become. They do not discover how much they can handle. They break easily because they have never been tested. Struggle is uncomfortable, but it builds toughness. It teaches you that fear can be faced. It teaches you that discomfort is not the end. It teaches you that you are stronger than you once believed. There will be times when others doubt you or walk away from you. That hurt can leave a deep mark, but even that pain can help you grow wiser. It can teach you to value yourself so much that you no longer accept treatment that damages your peace. It can teach you to recognize who supports your growth and who only takes from you. Losing people can lead you to find better ones. That is resilience too. Resilience also involves forgiving yourself. Sometimes the hardest struggles are battles with your own mistake. You may look back and feel disappointed in the choices you made, but holding on to regret keeps you stuck. When you take responsibility for your mistakes and learn from them, you turn guilt into wisdom. You stop seeing yourself as someone who failed, and you start seeing yourself as someone who discovered a better way. That shift frees you from the past and clears the path for a stronger future. When you build resilience, you learn not to panic. When everything feels uncertain, you learn to breathe and trust
that clarity will arrive. You understand that storms do not last forever. You keep your focus on the next step instead of worrying about the entire journey. That calm attitude gives you control even when life feels chaotic. You stop reacting emotionally to every small challenge. Instead, you respond with intention and patience. Some of your greatest strengths will come from challenges you never wanted to experience. Maybe heartbreak teaches you how to love yourself better. Maybe failure shows you what needs to change. Maybe disappointment pushes you to raise your standards. Maybe a difficult chapter reveals a strength you never knew you had. When you look back one day, you will see that the struggle was not there to destroy you. It was there to shape you. Resilience grows when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your response. You may not have chosen the struggle, but you can choose what it makes you become. Do you allow it to break your confidence, or do you use it to build new courage? Do you allow it to make you bitter, or do you allow it to make you wiser? Every response is a choice, and every choice helps define the person you are becoming. You build resilience when you ask for support instead of isolating yourself. Strong people are not those who never need help. Strong people know when to lean on others so they can rise again. Sharing your pain with someone you trust can lighten the burden and help you see solutions you could not see alone. Connection can heal wounds that silence keeps open. You learn that needing support does not make you weak. It makes you human. It makes you brave. Struggle teaches gratitude. When you have been through hardship, you appreciate peace more. You appreciate joy more. You appreciate the people who stayed by your side. You do not take the good days for granted because you remember the hard days too well. Gratitude becomes easier when you have seen both sides of life. That gratitude strengthens resilience because it keeps your heart open even after pain. You also become resilient by celebrating your progress. No matter how small the step forward is, you acknowledge it. You remind yourself that healing and growth are happening even if they are slow. The more you notice your strength, the more your strength grows. The more you recognize your endurance, the more determined you become. Small victories keep you motivated to continue. Resilience is built through action. When life pushes you down, you do not stay on the ground. You stand up again, maybe slowly, maybe shaking, but you stand. Each time you get back up, you rewrite your identity into someone who refuses to be defeated. You teach yourself that no matter what comes your way, you will keep walking, you will keep learning, you will keep becoming. Right now you hold a lifetime of survived struggles inside you. Every single one has shaped who you are. You are standing here today because you kept going, and if you kept going before, you can keep going again. You are not fragile. You are not powerless. You are not done growing. You have already proven that you can endure more than you expected. Resilience is built by learning from every struggle. When you take those lessons and use them to strengthen your future, the struggle becomes worth something. It becomes a tool. It becomes fuel. It becomes a reminder of your strength. You did not come this far just to break now. There is more life ahead, more growth, more victories, more strength waiting to rise inside you. You become resilient each time you choose hope over fear. You become resilient each time you choose progress over giving up. You become resilient each time you choose to believe that your story is far from finished. Every struggle has shaped a stronger version of you, and that version is ready for everything that comes next.
Chapter 6. Protect progress by choosing helpful habits daily. Progress is precious. It takes effort to build it, and only a little carelessness to lose it. When someone finally starts improving their life, they often forget that progress must be protected. Growth is not a one-time achievement. It is something you guard every day with the habits you choose. Helpful habits keep your progress alive and moving forward, while harmful habits slowly eat away at everything you worked for. Your daily actions are the security system for your future. If they are strong, your progress is safe. If they are weak, your progress fades before you even notice. Habits decide whether a good day becomes a good week, and whether a good week becomes a good year.
A person might make one strong choice that improves their life, but without habits to support it, the improvement will not last. Helpful habits repeat the behaviors that lead to success. They make the right choice feel natural and automatic. They remove confusion. They remove hesitation. You wake up and you know exactly what to do because you designed your life to support your goals instead of working against them. Some people think their success depends on how they feel, but feelings change constantly. When someone relies only on inspiration, they will fall apart the moment motivation disappears. Helpful habits take over when feelings become unreliable. A person who chooses a morning routine does not wait to feel ready. A person who decides to study every afternoon does not negotiate with laziness. A person who creates a bedtime schedule does not depend on luck to sleep well. Their habits protect their progress by guiding their actions even when their mood is not supportive. Choosing helpful habits requires honesty. You must look at how you currently spend your time. You must notice the behaviors that keep you stuck. Late nights that turn mornings into chaos. Time wasted on distractions that bring no improvement. Conversations that drain your energy and leave your mind heavy. When you tell yourself the truth about these patterns, you gain the power to replace them. Change begins with awareness. Awareness gives you control. Helpful habits do not need to be complicated. The simplest ones can produce powerful results. Drinking more water keeps your body strong and your mind clear. A short daily review keeps your goals visible and your focus sharp. Tidying your room for 10 minutes each night keeps your environment peaceful. These tiny habits may look small, but together they shape a life that supports your success. Consistency makes them effective. Progress can be fragile when it is new. In the early stages you are still building confidence. You are still learning who you are becoming. That is why protective habits are crucial. If someone just started eating healthy, they must prepare their meals ahead of time. If someone has just begun a fitness routine, they must schedule their workout before the day starts. If someone is building a money-saving habit, they must avoid buying things impulsively. These small barriers protect the progress that is still growing inside them. You must also protect your progress from distractions disguised as entertainment. Not everything that feels good is good for you. Hours on a screen can steal your focus before you even notice. Gossip and negativity can steal your peace. Constant noise can steal your ability to think clearly. Helpful habits like setting time limits for social media or choosing quiet moments during the day help you regain control over your attention. When your mind is clear, your choices become more powerful. Protecting progress means giving your energy to the right places. Some relationships lift you up while others pull you down. A person who wants to grow must surround themselves with people who respect that growth. If someone constantly mocks your effort or pressures you to go backward, you must set boundaries. You do not have to cut everyone out, but you do need to protect your progress from their influence. Helpful habits include spending more time with people who inspire you and less time with those who hold you back. Another important habit is tracking your growth. When you write down your achievements each day, no matter how small, you can see how much your effort matters. Progress becomes real. You stay excited because you see evidence of your improvement. On difficult days, that record reminds you why you began. It keeps doubt away because doubt does not survive where proof exists. Helpful habits also strengthen your identity. When you practice a positive behavior every day, you start seeing yourself differently. If you read daily, you see yourself as someone who learns. If you exercise daily, you see yourself as someone who cares for their body. If you practice gratitude daily, you see yourself as someone who focuses on the good. That identity becomes powerful protection. You stop acting against yourself because you like the person you are becoming. Rest is a habit that protects progress too. Some people push so hard they forget recovery is part of growth. When you never slow down, your energy burns out and progress stops. A balanced life keeps your mind fresh and your body ready for more effort. Helpful habits such as taking breaks during work, having a relaxing evening ritual, or spending time in nature recharge your strength so that your progress continues without collapse. Sometimes the hardest part of protecting progress is handling setbacks. You might have a day when everything falls apart. You might break a habit or make a mistake, but a setback does not erase growth. What matters is your next move. A helpful habit is compassion toward yourself. You take responsibility, but you do not attack yourself. You get back on track with one positive action. That ability to restart quickly protects your progress from becoming a complete stop. Your environment plays a big role in the habits you choose. If you want to read more, keep books where you can see them. If you want to drink more water, keep a bottle beside you. If you want to exercise more, set your clothes out the night before. Helpful habits become easier when your environment supports them. Remove obstacles that tempt you to quit. Add reminders that push you to continue. Protecting progress also means staying aware of your goals. When goals fade from your mind, old habits creep back in. A daily reminder keeps your direction clear. You do not forget why you are making these choices. You do not forget the future you are building. Helpful habits like writing a daily intention or reviewing your top priorities maintain the fire inside you. Some people believe progress should feel natural and effortless, but progress requires maintenance. Your habits are the maintenance tools. They keep your life aligned with your values. They protect you from the slow slide backward that comes from carelessness. You deserve to keep the results you worked for. You deserve to feel proud of your consistency. Your future is shaped in quiet moments when nobody notices. Each time you choose a habit that supports your growth, you protect your progress from disappearing. You remind yourself that you matter and your goals matter. Growth is not luck. It is responsibility. It is choosing what helps you rise every single day. Protect progress by choosing helpful habits daily. These choices are how you honor the effort you already put in. They are how you hold on to the future you are creating. They are how you ensure that every step forward continues to count.
Chapter 7. Expand comfort by trying one new challenge. Growth always waits just outside your comfort. Inside your comfort, you feel safe and familiar. You know what to expect. You repeat the same routines and choices. There is no fear there, but there is also no progress. When you challenge yourself with something new, you open the door to possibilities that did not exist before. You learn more about who you are. You discover strengths you never used. You step into a bigger life. This expansion does not require huge risks. It only requires trying one new challenge that stretches you a little more than yesterday. Most people stay inside their comfort because comfort is easy. It feels good to avoid what seems difficult, but avoiding challenge creates a small life. It limits what you can experience. It limits the skills you can build. It limits the person you can become. You cannot learn something new by doing the same things again and again. You cannot grow courage without facing something unknown. Progress is not found inside the familiar. It is found in the places that scare you just enough to make you try harder. A new challenge does not have to be frightening to be powerful. It can be as simple as speaking first in a conversation when you normally stay quiet. It can be joining a class where you do not know anyone. It can be setting one personal rule that pushes you beyond your usual behavior. These choices seem small, but they change how you see yourself. After you try one new challenge, your mind realizes you survived discomfort. You handled uncertainty. You were stronger than the fear. That knowledge builds confidence. Every time you step outside of comfort, your comfort grows. Something that once felt frightening eventually feels normal. That is how you expand your skills and your courage. Think about a student who is afraid to ask questions in class. The first time they raise their hand, their heart is racing. The second time still feels uncomfortable, but after several tries the fear fades.
What used to feel impossible becomes easy. That student's comfort zone just expanded. Now they are willing to speak in more situations. That is progress earned through challenge. Challenges teach you more than success does. When a new challenge does not go well, you gain valuable information. You learn what you need to improve. You learn what adjustments to make next time. You learn that mistakes are not the end. They are training. They prepare you for the next level of growth. Each attempt makes you better prepared for the opportunities that will come later. Without these attempts, you remain unprepared, and opportunities pass right by. Trying one new challenge also keeps life interesting. You feel more alive when you are learning and taking risks that push you forward. You wake up with excitement instead of boredom. You look at the world with curiosity instead of fear. You start asking yourself, what else could I achieve if I dared to try? That question opens a future filled with new experiences. You stop being someone who watches life happen. You become someone who takes part in life fully. Fear is not a signal to stop. Fear is a signal that you are stepping into something meaningful. If you only choose what feels safe, you will never discover how high you can climb. Every major reward in life comes from moving through discomfort. The person who tries one new challenge each day becomes someone who sees fear differently. They do not see it as danger. They see it as a sign that growth is near. Some challenges will require patience. You may not improve right away, but showing up again proves your intention. You tell yourself that the goal is bigger than temporary discomfort. You keep trying because you are building a future that deserves effort. You refuse to shrink back into old patterns. You refuse to let fear decide the direction of your life. That attitude builds mental strength that will serve you in every area. The key is to choose challenges that matter to you. If you want to grow socially, talk to someone new today. If you want to grow physically, try a workout you have never done before. If you want to grow creatively, start a project, even if you feel unsure. When the challenge is connected to your goals, it becomes easier to stay committed. You remind yourself why the struggle is worth it. Protect your progress by planning your challenges ahead of time. Write down one thing you will do each day that pushes you forward. It could be learning one new skill, exercise, speaking task, or responsibility. Each challenge should be clear and doable in a single day. When you complete it, you feel proud. That pride encourages you to take the next step tomorrow. Day by day, your progress grows stronger. A person who embraces challenge becomes flexible. They adapt faster. They manage stress better. They do not panic when life changes unexpectedly. They have practiced facing discomfort, and they know they can handle it. That calm strength becomes one of their greatest advantages. Others may break under pressure, but a resilient person keeps moving because challenge is familiar, not frightening. You will notice that when you try new challenges, supportive people appear. They admire your courage. They respect your effort. They may even want to grow alongside you. You attract people who also value self-improvement. Your environment shifts. Your conversations improve. You become part of a community that encourages each other to rise. This is how challenge not only changes you, but changes your world. One new challenge can unlock hidden potential. You might discover a passion you never knew existed. You might find talent in areas you never tried before. You might open a door you did not even know was there. Many successful people found their path because they tried something that scared them a little. They did not wait until they felt ready. They acted, and through action they learned exactly what they were capable of achieving. Do not worry about what others think when you try something new. People who judge you for trying are often the ones too afraid to try themselves. Focus on your mission. Focus on your growth. Focus on the pride you will feel after pushing your limits. You are not trying to impress anyone. You are trying to become the best version of yourself. You may fail the first time. You may fail the second time, but each attempt makes you stronger. Failure is only a teacher. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you determination. It teaches you how to rise again. Every strong person has a history full of failed attempts they refuse to accept as final. Your comfort zone is not a permanent border. It expands each time you take a step beyond it, and once it expands, it does not shrink back. You become someone who seeks growth instead of avoiding it, someone who leads instead of following, someone who dares to try. Trying one new challenge is the simplest way to transform your life without waiting for perfect conditions. You take action today, you take action tomorrow. The results will eventually surprise you. You will look back and see a wide world that opened up because you decided not to stay small. You deserve a life that excites you. You deserve experiences that help you grow. You deserve to feel proud of your courage. Your comfort will grow when you expand it. So choose one challenge today. Try something that pushes you forward. Every step into the unknown is a step into a bigger and stronger version of you.
Chapter 8. Raise standards by expecting more from yourself. There comes a time when a person realizes they have been giving themselves less than they deserve. They look at their effort. They look at their habits. They look at how often they settle. And they understand that the limit holding them back is not